Tony and they were from. I ain't got my food.
I wear 11.
No, we don't have to have nothing, just this.
Smile.
Make it look like I'm working.
Anyway, folks, we have a lot of fun. Hey, Dr. James, I need you to see. I can tell you for 3 months now to get on down here. You bring them all? Do it. That's your baby, right? I don't brag, Dad. I know I'm a brag. Anyway, we want you to really enjoy this band, though. It's a very, very long rope. I'll guarantee you that. It won't be right. Debbie, you got to get on this folks in this. Let's put Debbie together and explain it to me. Please tell them 5 people. All 5 of us. Come on down here. We need some more people. What we going to do, okay?
Thank you, John Davis. He announces the pig racing, and if you've seen one, it's absolutely fantastic. There's lots of cool prizes, and it gets you all involved. Come on out. We have some more contestants that just arrived. Thank goodness. Our plan here tonight is typical groundbreaking or presentation like most normal fairs have. Anderson's a special fair. You know that. We're all special folks here. We're having a pig fest. And who better to help us dress pigs than the local radio station in this market? Radio station in Anderson has been such a big help to make our fair a fantastic success. So we wanted to make sure they got the distinction of dressing our pigs. So with the help of Mr. Morley, oh my goodness, I love this bird. With the help of Mr. Morley's little pig, we have a fantastic group here tonight. So we're going to let each set of contestants introduce themselves quickly, tell you about their radio stations, and then we're going to turn out their 5 pigs so that they can each pick their pig and dress it in their station colors proudly and happily. The first pig dressing, naturally, is our winner. And we have some people that claim they're going to be the champs. I mean, every one of these folks has been claiming for a week now that they were going to be champs. But then also, the most beautiful pig is going to be the winner. So now we're ready to go. I'm going to start with these gentlemen right here because they're closest. Let them pass the microphone around and tell you each who they are quickly, and then we'll get on with bringing our pigs out.
Good evening, folks. I'm Bob Armstrong, and I'm Ron Reeves. He's at 107 WANS. My name is Lonnie Ball. I'm representing WSSL.
Hi, I'm Dan Nash from WESC. This is BJ.
Hi there.
Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Fantastic. Yay.
Hi, I'm Tommy Smith from CKN. How you doing? This is Lee Rogers from WCKN, the Power FM. Glad to be out here tonight at the Anderson County Fair.
All right.
Too many words. Kevin Morris, the Gospel AM 1020 WRIX. Eddie Clapton, WRIX, Gospel 1020.
Thank you. Now, we can hear you cheer. I want to know how many people are rooting for WANS. credit because they bought a bird, don't you? Okay, all right. Please cheer for your stations. Please help them. These guys, listen to the pictures getting all riled up. This is our official opening. When we get through dressing our pictures, congratulating our winners, we're going to ask Mr. Pitzer, Art Pitzer, the fair manager, in all seriousness, to open the fair. But right now, I'm going to turn the microphone back to John Gates, who quickly, rapidly, is going to do a play-by-play as these pigs get out here. On with this pig dressing.
Thank you, Bill. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have found out in the last 2 years that pigs and animals love a lot of applause. Now, don't applaud these guys. You applaud the pigs. You hear me? I mean that now. Because remember, the pigs are the smartest barnyard animal known to science today. Who can tell me right quick what the second smartest animal in the barnyard is? Not you, you chicken. Who can tell me? Ready? The mule. Remember that now. The mule's the second. Now here we come.
Make sure you get them fed first.
Let's get them in.
Hey, buddy, are you my pig?
Now each one of these pigs, this is their second week on the road. They have not been traveling with this unit very long. They come from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Hello, boys. How are you, huh? Yes, sir. Oh, boy. They don't want to hold what? They don't want microphone what? What? Now, what do they start, Bill?
You stay on your mark.
Oh, ready. Okay, guys. Let's get ready. Oh, look at that pigeon. All right, now. You feet ready. Here we go. All right. On your mark. Wow. Get set. Pig wrestling. Let's go. Come on here. Okay, yeah. Okay. We're going to line them up here. Now, hold my hand for money. Yes, sir. Remember now, these kids know how to fight. Don't y'all dare get knocked over by the pig legs, okay? Pig legs, okay. Are you ready? Number one. All right. We don't give you the whole show. Stick around, folks. We don't give you the whole show. Where's number one girl? Come here. You just want a free sandwich from the little pig barbecue.
Right here? Yeah, somewhere close. Check.
Gwinnett County Schools. We had 73 entries in the creative writing contest, which was judged by our judges, and who are Mrs. David Wakefield, a publisher, writer, and a member of the Foothill Writing Guild. Mrs. Catherine Smith, a special assignment editor for the Anderson Independent Mail, and Mr. Bob Hanley, English teacher for Anderson College and former public high school teacher. Now, I'm going to read the first division. What's that? First. Barbara Hewitt, she's a teacher at Belton Middle School. You're going to read all three of them, right?
I'll read the 3 junior divisions.
Okay. She's going to read the 3 junior divisions. And Barbara, the third place in the junior division is Crystal Dawn White of Seneca, Oakway Middle School, Westminster, South Carolina. And the teacher is Myra A. Dillard. You can read that.
Cultivating pride. I remember birthday shared with my second cousin Dawn. She and I were born on the same day. It was October 25th, 1975. Her full name is Heather Dawn Owens. My name is Crystal Dawn White. We are both 11 years old. She has a disease that has crippled her. She cannot walk, speak, or move her limbs correctly. This has never bothered or upset me. She is still a glamorous girl who can smile and laugh. She will always make me proud. Her long ebony hair cascades to her waist. Her fair skin and dark eyes make her even more beautiful. Dawn is a kind girl, though she can't express her true feelings. Her smiles and laughs are enough to let me know she cares a lot. Her interest in learning is truly amazing. When I bring out a book to read, her face lights up. She tries to grab the book and turn the pages. Dawn attends an elementary school. She is enrolled in special class at Kiowee Elementary School. I recall a wonderful birthday when I gave her a musical pillow. She cherished that gift, and it made me very proud to know she really did appreciate my gift. I know she has given me many wonderful gifts over the years. When she and I are old, I will still be proud of her because she often puts forth so much effort to learn more about her world. It surprises me that she really appreciates going to school. It makes you think about your feelings toward school. She has never taken anything for granted. Someday, Dawn will be a well-known person in the world. I wish I could take away her disease, but when I think about it, that's what makes her special. Her striving effort is a rare specialty in young people. That is something I'll always be proud of. This is how I cultivate pride. Okay. The second place winner is from Brian Spitzer, and Brian attends Oakway Middle School in Westminster. Cultivating pride. Pride is an opinion of one's own importance, and cultivating means to promote the growth of something. Cultivating pride means to promote the growth of pride. Pride is a very important thing in life. Without pride, you are nothing. To cultivate pride, you need to work for it, so you will have something to be proud of. When I work hard for something, I feel great. Even if I do not achieve my goal, I have the satisfaction of knowing that I have tried my best. One thing that I cultivate pride in working on is showing my livestock animals. I always try to do my best when showing my animals. I have done really well. With my cows, I have been to the Anderson Fair, the State Fair, and several other shows and have done well. Working hard to get my animals in top show form has helped me to cultivate pride in knowing that I'm as good as I can be. Showing sheep is another thing that I take pride in. Last year was my first year. I won first place in showmanship, and my lamb won its class. and eventually became grand champion. Doing this gave me a great deal of pride. Also, I take pride in knowing that I have good parents and a good family. Our house is nice, and we have all kinds of animals. If anybody needs to know how to cultivate pride, I think they should find something in which they excel. Then I think they should pursue this thing and go as far as they can with it. The hard work gives good results and makes you feel good about your efforts. If they work hard, they surely should be able to cultivate and have a great deal of pride. In the thing of which they excel in, I think that everybody should cultivate and have pride. It makes you feel good about yourself. And the first place winner is from Michael McClellan, who attends Pendleton Junior High School. Pride. What is pride? Pride could be the time I got lost in Walmart and refused to have my mother paged because I had too much pride. Pride. Pride can be pride in your country, a feeling in your heart of remembering our forefathers who died for this country so that we can have freedom and justice. Pride in the soldiers who died and have been crippled in the wars to keep America free of dictatorship and communism. That is the ultimate sacrifice. Pride. Pride can be the way you feel about your work. Pride makes you want to do a good job on your work because you want to have that warm feeling that when you look at it, you can say, wow, now here is some work that I did my very best on, and look how good it is. Why not do that all of the time? Pride. Pride could be pride in your school, that thing that makes people work hard to clean up the school and make it look good, so people will say, what a clean school. It is that thing that makes teachers stay after school on times that they don't get paid for advising clubs and helping students that are falling behind in their work to keep up. What about pride in your community? Volunteers that help make courtyards, pick up litter, and donate money have a lot of pride. What's in it for them? Hours in the sun picking up trash that will probably be there again soon. Maybe it is for the satisfaction of a job well done, or the feeling that one person can make a difference. Possibly the most important form of pride is pride in yourself, knowing you do the best you can do at anything and always doing what you think is right. That can often be the hardest, too. So help make pride grow. Learn about our forefathers and the people who helped our country grow. Help your community look good. Make your school look good by helping out on special projects. Cultivate pride, and it will grow.
Thank you, Barbara. Now then, are you going to award the prizes now?
Let's award those 3 prizes.
All right, we would like to award these 3 prizes at this time. So is Crystal Dawn White here? Crystal Dawn, would you come up? And Teresa? But this is the 3rd place. This is 3rd place. I'm sorry. 3rd place, right. Okay. Crystal Dawn White. 2nd. Okay. In 2nd place is Brian Spitzer. Fair play, right? In 1st place is Michael McClellan. Pendleton. Okay. Our congratulations to these contestants and these winners. And now we have
Place winner in the senior division. This is Craig Tucker's paper, and Craig attends Palmetto High School in Williamson. Cultivating pride. We humans need plant matter as food to satisfy us biologically and sustain our physical selves. In a similar way, our soul or inner being needs pride along with certain other elements such as love, faith, and determination to survive. Pride is a feeling which is interpreted many ways, but the only way I know to define it is as a feeling of liking yourself and wanting to do the best you can. Pride is a healthy emotion and a necessary one, but an overdose can be fatal. So each generation must do its part to pass it on in the correct proportion to the next, as if pride were a family heirloom. If the pride introduced to a child is not fertilized and watered, pride may develop quickly but be choked out by minor failure, which can have a harsh impact on a child. This is as a plant field, which then sits fallow, producing only weeds and briars. This child may now become depressed due to low self-esteem, all because his pride never properly developed. If a child has an unstable environment, as many do today with the rising number of divorced parents, pride may not be grasped by the individual. Although it may take root early, it may die because of a weak foundation. This is similar to seed thrown on rocky soil, whose roots are not able to reach deep enough to provide nutrients for the plant, so the plant dies. On the other extreme, we have a child who is vain because of too much fertilization, meaning he has not met defeat and therefore has a feeling of superiority over others, which is reinforced by influential figures in his life. We know vegetables such as cucumbers and squash can grow overly large and be too tough and bitter to eat. When pride grows too big, it is of no use to anyone and is then called vanity, which is pride's most dangerous state. The individual with too much pride can now become an arrogant braggart who, although he may have much to be proud of, will not be respected or liked by anyone. The correct amount of pride is what we need to pass on. This is where a child is willing to do his best, so he will have a healthy level of self-esteem and a feeling of accomplishment. He will think of himself in a positive way. The influential figures water and fertilize this pride with positive reinforcement and hoe out the weeds with negative reinforcement when the child does something he can't be proud of by cutting down a stalk before it grows too big and obtrusive. A generation of vain or of overly humble people cannot be blamed for their condition, but the blame must be laid on the preceding generation. We all have a social obligation to be a positive influence on the generation which follows. We may be failing in our attempt to do so, and we see the results in the attitudes and actions of the emerging generation. This can be stopped by parents who will take pride in raising their children. Cultivation takes place socially as well as agriculturally, and the correct conditions are crucial to each. I believe we all should strive to do our part in making these social conditions perfect, as it is our responsibility to do so. The second place paper is written by Trent Center from Palmetto High School. And this paper is the story of a man, and the title of it is A Man. All of my friends in primary school used to talk about their fathers. It always was the same thing: lawyers, judges, mayors, or anybody else with a title. When they asked me to tell about my family, I always shied away. They would ask me once or maybe twice, and I would never do it. For some reason, I was ashamed of my father being a farmer. Even though he worked from daylight to dawn and gave effort that could be seen in his work, for all of my years in school, I always had a feeling that the kids were poking fun at me because I had a father that was a farmer. Years later in high school, Chuck's father, the lawyer, got killed in a drunk driver's accident, with him at fault. Bruce's father, the mayor, was kicked out of office due to drugs. The judge, due to discrimination, was killed. Out of all of my friends, my father was the only one who lived through my high school year. During my freshman year at college, the teacher, Mrs. Walder, treated us as if we were still in elementary school and asked us to fill out a form and discuss what our parents did for a living. I thought a while on the subject, and the fear I thought had gone away of me being ashamed of my father's occupation was there. I finally just tore up the essay. When it came time for me to turn our paper in, and I didn't have one, she asked to see me after class. After class, she asked me the problem, and I slowly began to open up and tell her why I didn't turn in a paper. After I finished, she looked at me awkwardly with her gray hair setting off her blue eyes. As the woman began to tell me of her life, she began to scold me for being ashamed. She said that without the farmer, where would we get our food? Then she explained how my father was a building block of our country, and that without people who were willing to get out and work like him, that this country wouldn't be where it is now. That lady really got me thinking. Then I felt like I had betrayed my father. Not that his job was already hard, but with no one supporting him and telling him how much they appreciated it, his job was made even harder. Mrs. Walder, that brittle old lady who never liked me after the first day of class, never knew how much I respected her for telling me I was stupid with my silly idea of being ashamed of my father. Now when someone asks me what I do for a living, even though I have a 4-year education in college, I stand proud in their face and I say boldly, I help my father in the field. Although my father has passed on and left me, now I think he was the greatest man in the world to me. All those days he labored in the field struggling to make $1. What I see then is that the money he did make, he used to put me through college, so I would not have to work as hard as he did all of his life. Now I'm in the field, and my boy is at school. My work is hard enough as it is, but my boy is proud to stand up and say, my father is a farmer. And he'll stand up with every ounce of courage. In a way, I look at him as if he's already grown up. For it took me 20 years and an old lady to help me pull out of my ashamedness, and it has only taken him 4. And the first place winner is written by Betsy Bramlett from Palmetto High School. The title is Through Her Eyes. A 16-year-old girl from Camcorder had been living in a rural Midwestern American town for 2 months after fleeing a severe war fought among her people. She had never experienced the joy of freedom and of caring people until now. This made her proud and ecstatic about her new homeland. One Wednesday night, she and her family went to church. The minister asked Saye if she would share her trials and tribulations in Camcorder. As she told everyone about the dead, bloody bodies lying on the ground to rot, the tiny houses ablaze, and the once scenic land that was now being destroyed, looks of despair showed on the congregation's faces. As we listened, we wondered what possessed people to fight and kill each other. The next day, my friends and I saw Saye sitting alone on a swing in a park, so we decided to join her. After we got settled in the swing and on the ground, we asked her what she thought of America. An enormous smile covered her face, which made everyone else glow with happiness. She said, I love America because of all its great qualities. She paused for a moment and then continued, you don't realize how lucky you are to have been born in a free land. You have freedom of speech and religion. Children, preteens, and teens get to go to school. But most of the students don't realize that it is a privilege, not a punishment. You don't have to worry from day to day if there will be enough food for you to survive. You have pretty clothes, warm houses, and nice cars. As we listened, my friends and I began to realize that what we'd been taking for granted was actually priceless. A week later, Saye was babysitting for my neighbor's children, and she was thrilled over having a job. Can you believe it? "I have made $12 in the last 2 days." Her enthusiasm was catching, and I began to realize that I had made a mistake in not taking a job this summer because I wanted to have a good time. By the end of the month, she had $120 to pay for her school clothes, shoes, and books. We went shopping together, and she bought 2 shirts, 1 pair of blue jeans, a pair of tennis shoes, and several pairs of socks. She seemed content with the few things she had purchased, and I remembered my sister complaining because Mom had bought her only 4 new pairs of jeans. It was clear to me that we in America are not satisfied with what we have. As the months sped by, Cy Ye and I became closer as we experienced many good times together. Through her eyes, I had begun to appreciate numerous things that I had not been aware of before. Christmas was only 2 weeks away, and I had saved money from my job cleaning our house to buy presents for my family and for Cy Ye. My mother invited her over for dinner, and afterwards we began decorating our Christmas tree while listening to Christmas music. When we finished decorating, Mom brought us some eggnog and we sang Christmas carols around the tree. Cy Ye was enthralled as a child experiencing her first Christmas. Since she and her family had recently joined our church, my gift to her was a tiny porcelain manger scene, and she gave me a best friend charm. Truly, she has been the best friend I have ever had. The last semester of the school year went by quickly. Then summer was here again, and so was July. Since this was Cy Ye's first year celebrating the 4th of July, we decided to have a party and invited many friends. First, we went swimming, and next, we stuffed ourselves with watermelons. When it became dark, we shot fireworks, the beautiful kind that splashed against the starry sky. We did not shoot any of the bottle rockets or anything else that was in the slightest bit loud because they frightened Cy Ye. Some of us sat down on the grass to discuss what this day was all about. Before anyone could say a word, Cy Ye burst out saying that this had been the best year of her life. She commented on all the wonderful memories she had had of her new country and her new friends. As I listened, my eyes filled with tears, for I realized how much I had changed during the past year. Through Cy Ye's example, I had learned to appreciate my family, my friends, my responsibilities, and all the blessings of a free country. My heart swelled with joy and pride as the last of the large fireworks exploded against the sky.
Thank you, Barbara. We appreciate the excellent way in which you read these very fine essays. Incidentally, the senior division was all from Ruth Turner's class. Now, at this time, we'd like to present the winners of the senior division, and I'll start with 3rd place, Craig Williams. Craig? Let's give Craig a round of applause. 2nd place is Trent Center of Belton, Carolina High School. And 1st place goes to Betsy Brown of Queenston, Carolina High School. And Barbara, we want to thank you for your contribution here in this program. At this time,
this contest, the judges for the creative writing division were extremely impressed with the quality of the essays that were in, and many of them had a very hard time emotionally getting through them, and those of you who heard the winners can imagine what we had. Thank you all for entering and supporting us this first year for the creative writing, and thank you, Barbara, for reading them. You're excellent. You really did a wonderful job for us. If the winners of the creative writing contest will go ahead and move over to this side, and we can go ahead and get your pictures made, and then we'll take just a couple of minutes to set up the spelling bee, and that will begin very shortly, probably within the next 10 minutes. If all of the entries, the students who are entered in the spelling bee, will meet right over here at this. Start the first annual Anderson County Fair Spelling Week. There are 4 entries this year, and the entries are Delisa Brooks from Pendleton Junior High, raise your hand, and her teacher's Fonda Dyer, Amanda Boyer from St. Joseph, and Mary Sabota is your teacher, Jamie Brown from Calhoun Elementary, and Florence Jones is your teacher, and Farrell Leonard from Mechanics Middle School, and Juan Budden is her teacher. Our distinguished panel of judges who have so kindly volunteered their time for today, Mrs. Sarah Sprague, who is an English teacher for Anderson College, many of you probably know her from the County Spelling Bee, and Ann Hartone, who is an education writer for the Anderson Independent Mail. Our announcer for today will be Margaret Dunlap, and she is an elementary teacher for New Prospect. The first student.
Plain. A-C-C-L-A-I-N. Adhere. Adhere. A-D-A-D-A-R. Adhere. Advocate. Advocate. A-D-V-A-C-E.
Biology. Biology. B-I-O-L-O-G-Y. Biology. Symbiosis. Symbiosis. C-Y-M-C. Symbiosis.
Symbiosis.
Biota.
Biota. B-I-O-T-A. Biota.
First year, but it went. Thank you all for participating. That first couple of words kind of stuck some of them. We would like to go ahead and present the trophies. We have trophies for the first 3 places. And we would like to go ahead and present. We'll go ahead and present the first place trophy to our first annual Interstate Fair Spelling Bee champion, James Brown. And our second place, Delisa Brooks from Littleton Junior High. And third place, Amanda Boyer, I'm sorry, from St. Joseph's School. Thank you very much for coming and supporting us the first year, and it will be much bigger and longer next year. Thanks a bunch.
Yeah, I've invited them to come up and take a good look at it. Yeah. Of course, they some like you, John. They wanted to sample and we didn't allow them. We had to draw those lines up. You know, really, freshman John up here with all these cases, like freshman Youngberry with a picnic basket.
Who's going to handle it? He said, don't go, you got to like it. Big money, big money. Now look, we want to spirited bid in this thing now. We don't want to hanky pank, but all of you want a lot of money today. I know it's going to lose it over 21 to 20. Look, going to swing on the Georgia Bulldog fans coming tonight. Hero Sam, you got to cheer them up. So let's get going on these games. Are we ready to go now? Okay, we have here a fruit cake that won first prize. with a mother-in-law recipe. Now, I would like to have, I don't have a price on that. Certainly hoping it. All right, let's go. Who will offer me a starting bid of $10 for fruitcake? Anybody got a pen right here? Let me have 15, 15. Here's a fruitcake now. No more recipe. Hey, 15, 15. Come on. I need a 15. Fruitcake. I got all the fruit, all the thirst, and everything. Did you say 15, sir? 15, I need $15 real big on a fruitcake. You all want cost for months. $29 and don't even cut in half. How about that? I need $15. Let's go 15. Look, you say 15, a bitch in here like that. All right, Ed Ronstein, $10 right away. You get all the fruitcake. Okay. Thank you. Ed Ronstein, that's doing right there. All right now. Woo-hoo. Here comes a hummingbird cake with green cheese sauce. It was second place. A hummingbird cake with green cheese sauce. No. Anybody gonna make it delicious? Just make them with hummingbird. What do you want? They got green cheese right there. Come on. I got $15 on this way. I got $15 on this way. Hummingbird cake, look at that. All right, $20 right there. You got no sample right now. $20 right here on this dinner thing. Hummingbird, beautiful. This thing right here, $20. Let's get a cake right there. Let's get a, now that's where you're gonna spirit the dead. I don't know any of you people. You're all strangers to me. I love this kind of stuff. Ooh, uh-oh. Had another hummingbird cake. And it won first prize, too. Yeah. All right, now I got a minimum price on this one. This is another hummingbird. It won the first prize in the cake division in 1987. Got it back. Do I hear the ridiculous low price of $20 for the first prize hummingbird cake? $20. Let me see. Hummingbird, oh, hummingbird, that's the big cake. Hummingbird, $20, $20. That down, $1, $19, $19. Oh, that's so bad, sitting right there. Pretty white. I'm not gonna take no chances, folks. I'm not even gonna trick you. $19, right? Who has to live with that? Now, that's the minimum price for you pay this for the minimum wage on that, too, son. All right. Who told me they wanted a chocolate pound cake? Somebody comes out of paying food, so they want to get a chocolate pound cake. And it won first place, an old standard recipe. Here we go. I would like to have at least $15 on a chocolate pound cake. You all want to make from the bakery? How about $15 chocolate pound cake, 15 hot cake? You say 15, sir? It's sold to you, boy. Don't be there that damn. You know, at $15. No other back market than broke years I work on. All right. Okay. All right, you knows. Here's what it does. Especially you young people. This is what it gives you energy. It does everything for you. A fresh apple cake. It won first prize. An apple cake. I'm on the okay. $15 for the first apple cake. Won $15 over the Jake over there. Hold on back down with Jake. He changed his mind too much. $15 there. Thank you, Jake. You're doing a great job back across the park here now. Uh-oh. Now we're going to get to the fun. Now we're going to get into the fun. Here comes the YMCA, the health spas, the runners, the weeders, the 501 brand people. A chocolate layer cake. It won first prize. Chocolate layer. Chocolate layer straight. You would love it. First prize, $20. It won first prize. You can chocolate layer. You pay $30 and get straight right there on back down. The lady is like she's gonna cut down. Sorry about that straight. You'll love that one. Now, oh God. Oh, my land, and my big birthday cake, a caramel A cherry cake, first prize. A cherry cake, first prize, Constitution. Who likes cherry cake? Right here? You got it, boy. I'm going to be good to you. How much will I give you for it? Speak up. 20. You got it. $20. How about that? Wonderful, isn't it? Oh, my goodness.
Which one you going to get?
Oh, my goodness. Listen to this. Listen to this, Wendy. You'll love this. This is about my your style. Okay, ready? Best cake not listed, naturally. Lemon pie with cream cheese, lemon frosting. And this cake has real butter. You want this one? You got it, my dear. You got it for $20. This Jim Straits right now. I like a lady that knows what she wants. This Straits right there, $20. Right. I forgot to tell you what the minimum was. Uh-oh. Woo-ee. A pineapple cake, good and juicy on the inside. Now, what does that tell you? A pineapple cake that's good and juicy on the inside. How about you, sir? Buy that lady a cake. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let you have this cake for $15 and not say a word about it. $15? 15? Juicy on the inside. Pineapple cake, $15 down here. They got a minimum price of almost that. 15, Don, how about you? Huh? Here it comes. Russ, you need one. Hey, Hal Burrs to take that one for $15. You minimum price buyer. By the way, I got a message for you. Who wants a chip cookie? Ma'am, did you nod your head? Yes, you did, too. What are you laughing about back there? You got $2 more. Are you ready to eat Jim? All right, he'll take Jim right back in the back, jumping at a spider top. Okay, uh-oh.
That's not a spotted
Oh, Lord, all right. Oh, Lord. I hate to do this. I really do. Fudge, chocolate, homemade fudge with Cuban pecan. I'd like to have $10 this big. You got it like that, $10 right there. Put it in here. And here we are. Those of us who think we're good, did any fudge? How about that? 20 years old. Give me, please, give me $10.
It's first prize.
It'll melt in your mouth. First prize, it's still melt in your mouth. Ma'am, you go to the restroom. I got worried about you doing that. Uh-oh. Let's go $5 for a whole plate of cookies. Let's go $5 right now for some good old cookie coconut cookies right here. There you go, so.
How much?
$4?
Coconut?
Yeah. $5, you done got it. Listen very well.
$4.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now how this one be right full stop, ladies and Kentucky. Now this is the first place one. Pumpkin bread. Pumpkin bread. Look back to that. Oh. Now you know this is unusual right here. But we don't want to get mighty cooked. Now here's some heated bread. Zucchini bread. And how do everything flies in this bread? This is zucchini bread right here. I'd like to have $3 for this whole bread. Which one of you kids want it? Mama died. Get that lady up that $3. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, here we go. A pecan pie. Perfect. You know, I'm going to be real good on you. This house is yours. Would that be enough? $4.50? $10, church, okay? Back straight right here. Oh. I have one loaf of yeast bread. Blue and Martin, one loaf of yeast bread. Homemade yeast bread. Who will give me $3 for bread? Kraft lemon right there. Oh, let's go here. Uh-oh. Here's a chocolate pie. Here comes the Italian green layer cake. It's one second prize, and I want the $50 right. He got it right down $50. That's him right there. He'll go around the golf course, he'll get about a piece of cake, and then you get another score. Okay, a chocolate pound cake here, ladies and gentlemen. This cake is one of the easiest pounds. Well, wait a minute, let's do that again. Every pound is made in Mexican cake, she was really fat. It's not the same old animation.
Their life expectancy is 50 to 55 years. But uh-oh, I see a camera. Uh-oh. Can I have that, please? Can I have that? Thank you. So she takes all the interesting stuff away. Tootsie, no. Get over here. Get over here. Boy, you're going to get in trouble. I'm going to have to get my fly swatter. I'm going to have to get my fly swatter. She's not quite sure about this booth yet. It's a lot larger, wider than most of the booths that we work in. This is a double booth, 20-foot wide. We usually work in at 15 feet. And it makes a big difference to her. It gives her a lot of expanse. She thinks she ought to be able to do anything she wants. But when we come in the booth here, she has the things that she must do, and we've done a lot of training in here. Tootsie, Tootsie, would you like a gummy bear? Come on, would you like a gummy bear? Tootsie, come on, get up here and sit down. One, this is two, hold on, this is three, and then we take the picture. Click, click. Click, 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 click. When you come back and see Radcliffe, he sits way up here, like this. You're a good baby. You're a good baby. Is going to be mated when she's about probably 9 years old with our Radcliffe, and then we'll take them off the road, and they will go into our breeding facility. Yes, you will. Yes. We've only had her about 2 months, 9 weeks really, and she's come a long way. At 3 o'clock we'll have Radcliffe out.
And I can't find the thing. I'd probably get shot.
Well, since they don't have a class and they don't have no hamstring on them,
Here it is.
13.
I bet you $3. That's what. Especially the hard pink. I'll show you what cheap.
Process
you gonna make a video out of that, Harley? Can't you talk and work too?
These are real pretty, Barry.
Thank you. When are you going to do beadwork? When are you going to start doing beadwork?
I don't know. It's good.
Are you there, huh?
Yeah. Stop right now. Don't do much in the hot rod. Do you? Heat the sun.
I think yeah.
Any clay pot, any size clay pot.
Hello, boss. How are you today? Warm? There. You going bird hunting? You going to the shop?
Right here, honey. Oh, you don't want to work.
Restaurant. And you know what? It's going to be a good evening. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. Let me tell you what's going to go on tonight. This has been the best place to work that I have ever had, and I've been here for 30 years. But let me tell you, the boss hired this new head waiter that thinks he's a hotshot, and he's always putting us down. So tonight, the cook and I got together, and we got something that he'll never forget. Okay. Here it comes.
Oh, what a fine restaurant. Nothing
nothing but the finest people come in here. The best tippers. I've never... Sir, what's going on with you? What? Take your head off in our restaurant. I'm sorry, if you're looking for a barber shop, it's around the corner. Don't eat the dog, please. And you know what? James, be straight with him and hire you looking like that. Would you please leave now? Go on. Get the dog. Go.
He's still here.
What did you say? He wants to dine. These tables are all reserved. The dog's name is Jonathan? What kind of is that for a basic hound? What? He said he's a friend of Clint Eastwood. I could care less. What would the health department say if they saw you in that seat? What is this dog doing? This dog is attacking me! Get this dog out! Look at what he's doing!
He's eating the flowers!
Hey, mister, you keep out of these hors d'oeuvres. What are you're eating the little sponge off the bottom of the flowers? Are you nuts? I want you out of these hors d'oeuvres. You get that short-legged friend up? Here now. You've messed up two perfectly good tables. Look at me, you. Our guests are going to have to wear flea collars, and it's all your fault, isn't it? Don't smile like that at me. I know how to get them out of here. Everybody here has to wear a tie. Even this dumb blonde that says she's been here 30 years, she's been here 60 years. I'll just throw them out of here. What do you do with a tie on? What's going on? There's a comedian in here. I'm going to throw them out anyway.
No, hey, they got their time on. Kids, tell him he can stay. Come on, tell him he can stay. He can stay.
What about this, you? Don't stick your tongue out at me. What are you doing here? What's this? Wait. I've been kicked by a monkey. Come here, you.
Be nice, be nice.
Maybe if he's eating the silver. Maybe if we get him out of here, give him a drink, if we can get him out of here before anybody comes.
I don't know, it's your show.
Sir, would you like some wine? How about some red? No red? Banana Bordeaux? You want some banana? Bring us a bottle of our finest banana Bordeaux.
Our finest.
I could care less if he likes it or not. Look at this, Mr. Ratcliffe. 1987 from Borneo. Is this okay? What?
He's just having a drink.
We bring my glass.
All right. Whatever you say.
This guy has no clue.
Whatever you say.
Here. One of my best customers. I think you're doing some, Mr. Ratcliffe. Try a little of this, sir. How is that? Oh! What? What's wrong with you? What? You said he wants to... Stop banging the silverware. What? He said he wants to get the waitress mouth. No, that's attention.
No, I'm working.
What? You said the wine's so bad the dog wouldn't drink it and he waits for you for later.
No. He'll wait on that.
Should we give some to the dog? Okay, get up here and sit down. Bring this dog down here. And I'll give a little to... Sit back down here, you monster. And don't be touching anything on the table here. Go, drink. Come over here. What are you doing? What?
Over.
Oh, he's not. He should. Look at this. Over here. Give me this wine bottle. Boy, am I glad that closest grapefruit juice on Sunday. What's wrong with you? He drank everything. One of the worst days I've ever had. What are you doing with your chair over there? I'll give him something to eat. Don't eat this. Sir, what? He doesn't want banana pizza.
Okay,
What? Skinny little noodles and that.
It's spaghetti.
You want some pasta, sir? Do you? Yes, bring some pasta. Oh, my God. Bring the pasta, will you, please?
I know that his table manners are just going to be great.
This is our best silverware, Mr. Ratcliffe. Now, I'm going to set this down, and you be nice and eat this with the silverware. Don't eat that like this! Oh, what is this? Oh, my word. Look! You look like a garbage disposal. What? He says that the dog gets none, we get no tip.
What could he tip us?
What are you going to tip me? He has 2 old peanuts. Give me something for the dog. We don't tip. There's the dog. Is this okay for the dog? Here we go. This is the dog. Hey, give it on the dog. He trimmed me. You monster. Oh, you got a cigar for me. And you're still eating your spaghetti? I really need something like this just to get me off of this thing. It's been traumatic. Look at this, eating here. Oh, I just like this up.
Okay, it did work. I want all
My
your kids to
cigar
be
dropped
ready.
dead.
1, 2, 3. Hey, here you go.
Get out of here with that dog.
All right.
Off this thing. Woo! Come here, you. Happening cigar.
Well, we made it without the cigar, but we couldn't have done it without you. Would you like to meet Radcliffe?
Tell him hi, Radcliffe.
Say, come on, Radcliffe.
Wait a minute, don't do that spaghetti here. How are you doing? Come here. Who's our helper with this dog? Get the dog. I get a checker for him. What a monster. I have an Italian orangutan. What we're going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully if we can get the spaghetti off its feet, come up here. Here, we're going to, how about killing the music?
I will. Right here.
Very well. We're going to come out in the audience and get some questions here. I know everybody's interested in finding out how we train this guy, how old he is. And Betty will pick out a couple of kids out of the audience for adults. And the best questions, we'll bring them up here and give free pictures for practice. After the act, in about 45 minutes, when we get on board with the jump, we'll be over in the other building taking pictures with us. So anybody want any pictures? Please come by. Betty?
Look, there's a young man out here that has some toys. You come up and give him the toys, will you? Give him the
Check your
toys.
toys, kid.
Hey, Brett. Back now. Okay.
How about a toy for you?
Okay, you come on back.
I really don't like surprises.
Come on. No, that's, come on. Hey, Brett. Right down here. Boom.
Okay, who else wants to question? Who else wants to question here? Questions? We need questions. I'm sure everybody doesn't have 5 little guys in the backyard. My wife taught them how to do this.
Who's got the first question here? All right, I've got one here, and I've got one over there, and one over there. Okay, we're ready for you. How old is Radcliffe, and do you have a small one that you're training to take Radcliffe? Hey, I think she's a, what do they call it out there? A ringer. You have that.
We have a little baby 2-year-old we just bought named Christy, and Radcliffe, it was 9 on the 18th of August on Robert Redford's birthday. Kind of looks like Bobby right in the face, doesn't he? You guys, don't you think he looks like Redford? I'm sure he does.
Have a smile. Okay, right here.
Shut up.
Oh, who was it? There was somebody over here that had a question. Here, a little girl right here.
Does he have any brothers or sisters?
Oh, did you hear that?
No.
Does he have any brothers or sisters?
He comes from one of the darkest, dreariest places that you can imagine in the whole world, and he has a mother, father, sister, and a father there. 2 fathers, actually. That's called Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah.
That's where it's from. Dark, dingy, cold, and dirty. And nobody says, excuse me, and when you order trips, they give you 3 a week. That's what happens in Toledo.
I have a little boy right here. Here you go, sweetheart.
What kind of food does he eat?
What a good question. What kind of food does he eat?
He's a vegetarian. He eats these little hot dogs we're giving him, honestly, are turkey hot dogs. But he likes them, and the dog doesn't know the difference. That dog is going to be as dumb as a box of rocks. Next year we're going to have a pig in the act because it looks like the pigs are so popular. But at this time we have Jonathan, and if he doesn't shape up, I have a veterinarian or a taxidermist who's going to make his skin. We'll have the only basset hound rug in the world.
And we love basset hounds. Here you go.
But he wants to know where he gets his coveralls.
Oh, he loves his coveralls.
Actually, they belong to Betty's father. And we borrow them. Her father's about this big, and he's built like Radcliffe. This guy is not from my side of the family. Shut up.
Here we go, right here.
What's that monkey got?
What's that monkey got he's playing with?
He's got a hairbrush, and he's brushing his hair.
Okay, right here.
How much does it eat?
Ah, that's another good question.
He gets about 7 pounds of food a day, and basic is this. Karina makes a chow called monkey chow. They make her primate.
He wants more of your spaghetti.
He's after the spaghetti. Okay.
I got a good-looking little boy here.
How much does he weigh?
That's another good
He
question.
weighs 110 pounds and he won't be full grown until he's about 16 and they live to about 50 years old. They have to be born in the United States for anybody lucky enough to own one. And then since 1973 because they're in the endangered species list. We do all our training with condition response. And we did the last clinic, which will be, and by that I mean we give him something for something he does. Now you can all help me with this. I don't look anything like he's doing, okay? We walk up to the stump and we say, 1, 2, 3, bang! Hey, Ronnie, come forward! Hey, monkey! Boy, I ate something today. Get up here and
We
sit down.
put an apple down in the bottom, and he wondered if the other one had an apple. You're getting bad. Okay, here, just a moment.
My microphone.
How long does it take to train?
That's a good question. How long does it take to train? There's a chain for him to play with
How
now.
long it takes to train him? It's taken about a year. It takes me longer to learn the lines than he knows what to do. The problem with him, he's already going from one step of the act to another step before we're ready for him to do it. He's so quick. Stop.
He actually learned the act in about 15 minutes, and it took us maybe 6 months. Here you go, baby.
Is it hard to train?
Is it really hard to train him?
Was it hard for your mother to train you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have the same problem here.
Okay. How old is he? How old is he?
He's 9 years old.
I have a little girl, a little one right here, and then right up there. How about you?
How long did it take you to train?
How long?
So,
He wasn't
to
in
do
the
this
middle.
act has taken 1 year.
Okay. Got a little one. Oh, this is a pretty one right here.
How long was it when y'all started the training?
Ah, that's another good question.
Come here. What?
How old was he when you started working with
I didn't
him?
get him until he was 5 years old. He came out of the Toledo Zoo and he was never handled before. And I've had everything from snakes to giraffes. Shut up. I'm telling you. Will you stop?
And you don't mind.
And he's the best animal I've ever had.
Joe, this lady would like to know if you're using him for breeding or do you plan to use him?
Yeah, we're going to use it for breeding. There's only about 4,000 animals in the world globally.
Yes,
So
they
when
have.
we retire, we'll go into a breeding situation.
Okay, can you tell me your question, sweetheart? Oh, that's a good question. Where does he sleep?
We have a big truck and he has a cage and he sleeps in a cage. And we have 3 chimpanzees with us, and I know most of you people have seen our oldest chimp is 25 years old. Ellie Mae used to carry him to the cement pond in the Beverly Hillbillies 24 years ago. Only now he can carry Ellie Mae at this big.
And his name is Mucho. I got a darling little one here.
What's his favorite trick and favorite trick?
What's his favorite twig? And what's his favorite toy?
What's his favorite trick?
Good question.
His favorite trick is eating. Spaghetti.
And he likes somersaults a lot,
And he
right?
does somersault, and he likes to climb in trees, and get in trouble is his middle name.
Trouble is his middle name. Here we go, sweetheart. Oh, that's another good question. Do we treat him like part of the family?
Yes, we treat him like part of the family. More like her side of the family than mine. But her side is different.
Come here, sweetheart. Come on.
What country does he come from?
That's a good question. She's going to win the picture for the girls. What country does he come from? That was a very good question.
The 2 countries where they're from in a while are Borneo and Sumatra. Just the opposite side of chimpanzees are from. The 2 islands of Borneo and Sumatra.
Okay, I've got
One more, Betty.
Okay, got one more right here.
How tall is he?
Oh, well, how tall is he? Stand up.
How tall are you? Because I'm this tall.
He's pretty short, wouldn't you say? Yes. How about this? Are you ready to take pictures? Oh, what was your question? About the training? Yes. Okay, how long does it take to train? I'm taking this boy, and where was the little girl? Right there? And I'm going to take another one. Does this little girl, the little girl that asked the question, is she still around? The little ask about the favorite toy. If she would like to have her picture made, we'll take it too. Okay? Hey, y'all stay around here and watch. Come on up, sweetheart. Would you like to have a pic? Come on. Come on. Come on. And you come too. Okay. Go right around the back. Okay. Where's my little girl? Where'd my other little girl go? Come on, bring her over. Come on, sweetheart. Okay, you go right around backstage. Okay, and come on up. Come on, that's it. Oh boy, you stand right here by me, okay? You can stand right here. You can get your picture taken.
It's Katie. Yeah, that's just her Katie. Did you see your picture? Yeah. Here we go, guys.
Mike.
Come on, honey. Come on. Here we go. Here you go. Joe, why don't you switch and take the little girl here?
I want him right there.
All right. Can you jump up there? Okay, let her get real close in there. She's so cute. He's nice. Yes. Here we go, baby. There you go.
Anybody do any of that? Because then we're telling him that he can shake hands with strangers. And you can't tell if a stranger likes you, so how can he tell? So what he'll do is reach out and get a hold of somebody that frightens him, and then we'll have a lot of problems. So what we do in the booth is say, fold your arms. We have the people sit down. We put racks of fold your arms over the top of them. We take a picture. But we can't have anybody pet him. And there's another reason for that. How would you like to have 100 strangers a day pet you? You wouldn't like it, and he doesn't like it. So we're going to go now.
Okay, everybody say bye-bye, Radcliffe. Come on, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Now, I'll be up here for a little while. I'll be glad to answer any questions if anyone has. And we'll be over in our photo booth at about 7:15 to about 9:15 this evening. Thanks so much for coming. Have a nice day at the fair. Bye-bye.
Dulcimer, Appalachian dulcimer. You can play it if you want to.
Machinist is her name is Tuesday. We just got her. We've only had her about 10 weeks now. When she's full grown, this animal will weigh about 150 pounds and stand about this tall. We have another red man named Radcliffe, and we have a nap over right across the way in the 4-H building at 6:30. We hope some of you can come. Tell you a little bit about these guys. They're vegetarians. They come from the two islands of Borneo and Sumatra. They have to be born in the United States as of 1973 because they're endangered species. They are probably, including in the wild, less than 5,000 of these animals in existence. About 750 in the zoos and the balance on the two islands of Borneo and Sumatra. Their life expectancy is about 50 years. So we have a breeding facility in Florida that she will go in sometime. One baby every 5 years, in a while or 6 years, she nurses the baby for about 5 years. Our big guy named Radcliffe is about this tall and he's 9 years old. They are tree dwellers. If you look at this guy's feet, they don't even walk with their toes extended. They spend 80% of their life living in trees. Where chimpanzees and gorillas spend 80% of their life living in the ground. They are so close to humans that we can give this animal a life.
Change, so I don't get it first go around. I'll just hang on and come back later. A little warm up here. Come on, walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Everybody's talking about a new way of walking, do you want to lose your mind? Walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Love it all out on man, let's take it in here. Oh, man, let's take it in here. We don't care what mama don't like or pickles, tater bug anyhow, man, let's play it in here.